Hey everybody, welcome back to Comeback vs. Debut. I'm Montblanc, a Gen 2 K-pop veteran who's been out of the loop for over a decade. In my journey to get to know the modern scene, I started a series where I check out the latest and also first music videos from modern K-pop artists that I'm trying to get to know. Today, that group is NCT 127, and I don't know how to feel about this one. I've checked out a few pieces of the NCT Wish discography, and while I completely understand that they're likely wildly different, these song titles really have me side-eyeing NCT 127. Yes, today we're checking out Blingy and Fire Truck. I have no idea what's in store for this one, but before we hop into it, if you're interested in extended and exclusive reactions, access to blocked videos like the now unfortunately blocked NCT Wish sticky reaction, monthly favorites, and retrospectives, be sure to check out my Patreon linked in the pinned comment down below. I don't know if I'm ready for this, but let's just jump in anyway, shall we? So I know that every single subgroup of a group, like a larger group, will have its own personal identity and character. I am very curious to see what 127 looks like as opposed to Wish, because I have a feeling they're going to be like very, very different. In general, as far as NCT goes, I'm not a huge fan of like ginormous groups like that. I just find it to be a little bit impersonal, and I mean, I understand that there's people out there who love like getting to know a larger group and then seeing it broken down in phases like this is also very exciting for them. I am probably not one of them. But if I see something like really amazingly outstanding that completely captures my attention, maybe 127 is going to be what gets me into NCT. We'll see. All right. So, Blingy. That's a throwback. Okay, retro.
내 목소린 작은 불씨 더 크게 타오를 때 펼쳐진 세상을 What you call that? What you call that? I'ma bring it, bring it, bring it 터진 불꽃 아래 feeling real blingy Bring that bounce, make the whole club shimmy Ooh, blingy, eyes on my city I'm a big dog, 불을 지펴도 hit it Ooh, blingy, 심장이 뛰지 Be your own flame, yeah, you might get dizzy
They are doing like throwback retro really excellently, both in the music video and in the song production itself. This is very like early to mid 2000s, and the cue off is definitely that slider phone. Wow. Also, I have said a few different times on this channel how much I love the like 90s throwback, especially when it came to fashion, like before 2020, like 2020, 2018, 2019. I really loved that sort of like 90s revival fashion. This is a really fascinating take on 2000s revival fashion, and I am very impressed by it. Also, the vocal quality in this group is amazing. I would hope for a group that has been out as long as NCT that there would be very strong vocals, and they're definitely not disappointing in that front at all. It's pretty cool.
기억들을 지워버린 많은 black 너를 향한 눈들은 쏟아지는 avalanche 모두 얼어버린 내 부러지는 온도계 flip it around 타오르는 big eye 밖으로 불러 모아둬 달구어진 판을 키워둬 열기로 태워 like the sun get it hot 빛을 쏘아내려 top down keep it classy keep it 너도마저 flashy 숨을 고른 것도 잠시 더 붉게 타오를 때 오늘 비 모래를 what you call that what you call that
Cute.
I'ma bring it bring it bring it 터진 불꽃 아래 feeling real blingy beat it bounce make the whole club shimmy ooh blingy eyes on my city I'm a big dog 불을 지펴도 hit it ooh blingy 심장이 뛰지 비어오는 flame yeah you might get dizzy I'ma bring it bring it bring it it's a free fire bring the raw heat bring the heat touch your blast eyes 숨겨 부지 높아지는 온도계 what you call that it's a free vibe bring the mad heat bring the heat drop the beat bomb 새로운 scene 가봐오는 너의 breath what you call that I'm a blingy blingy blingy
So, especially this fashion, and definitely the performance style, the choreography seems to really fit their vibes very, very well. So, what I'm kind of understanding or like getting from this is that NCT Wish is the young members within the group that were kind of all tied together for like the quote unquote youth project. Are these subgroups static or do they swap out members? And also, is NCT kind of like the Japanese model where you see members graduating and new ones come in? Have we seen an influx of new talent with NCT, or are they like aging appropriately? These guys do seem to have a bit more maturity to them, but obviously the concept itself is very youthful, or I would say that it's youthful. It's just executed with a very mature eye. They did the like, especially the tactical gear where silhouettes are really like perfectly dialed in. Whoever the graphic designer is for SM these days is really like hitting on all cylinders. They're very good at taking classic inspiration. I'm thinking specifically of like aespa in this current moment, and the way in which some of their stuff mimics the like Ed Hardy aesthetic from the 2000s, and this is very like Y2K Matrix core kind of. It's very like cyberfuturism. I am pleasantly surprised. I need to stop being so pleasantly surprised with SM because I just never expect something like this from them. I always expect quality, but it's kind of like, what kind of quality are we running at? Not like good quality, bad quality, but I mean, in which direction? This, I would actually really love to see a behind the scenes of the filming of this music video, because it seems like it would be really fun for the members themselves. The sort of jewelry heist vibe of this is really, really cool. See, this is exactly what I mean. Like the tactical workman wear with these like they're not oversized boots, but the way that they like change the silhouette as the leg drops gives me very much like Final Fantasy especially like Seven with Shinra, which is a really, really cool place to draw inspiration from. And of course, that was drawing on so many different fashion moments as well. Okay, I'm actually very impressed in a really nice way. I'm happy to have had my perspective changed on a title like Blingy. I don't know if Fire Truck is gonna do the same thing. Okay, let's see here. This is July 6th of 2016, so it's been 10 years. That's crazy. There are more people here. Did somebody graduate? Did they remove people? Oh, are people in military service? If they debuted 10 years ago, that would be kind of pushing it. SM does like to actually push it when it comes to military service for their idols. Okay, let's see here.
Getting lifted. Fire truck. 어디 bound Mr. Fireman on the floor. 부지벼봐 열기를 식혀줄게. 불만이 가득 찬 것도 화끈하게.
It's so old, there's no English lyrics. This is actually kind of refreshing. You guys, welcome to the old days when we had to go like look up lyrics later. I will have to do that on my own. I'm not going to do it for this video, but like we'll be examining all of the rest of it. Oh, wow.
저 siren 소리에 느끼는 내 기분은 말썽 빼는 척은 곤란해 미지근한 분위기는 no thanks 흔들리는 내 달궈진 backseat 태운 뒤 빈틈없이 we get lit hands up if you feeling the vibe now one step two steps 오늘 밤 너와 나 모두 다 빠져들지 언제든 달려가 소방차 you can call me 리듬 느끼는 대로 흔들어 뜨거워지는 순간 그게 소리쳐 Fire truck.
Okay, this is pretty cool music production.
Yeah, be anywhere everywhere 부르기만 하면 돼 Look it out 그냥 불장난 같아 Bling 나만 나타나 Just blink for me 시원하게 네 화를 불어줄 테니 Just hold up 자꾸 나 밀면 다치 get higher 열기에 맞춰 rocket처럼 뜨거워 이건 가는 폭발하기 10초 전 Hands up if you feeling the vibe now One step, two steps 짜릿한 네 음악 네만 봐 불태우지 외쳐봐 소방차 어디든 달려가지 Maximum으로 turn it up 리듬에 맞춰 흔들어 전율 느끼는 순간 크게 소리쳐
From a music production standpoint, I really do like this. Especially the specific bass that they're using is very nice. The rapping has great flow. I don't know how I feel about this music video. I suppose the aesthetic is a little bit dialed in, but I'm kind of glad that we're like really far into a different era when it comes to like K-pop idols and then just like putting a bunch of European looking people into music videos. Now, I think especially the trend over the last probably, from what I've seen over the last probably like 4 or 5, definitely since COVID, has been like multiculturalism. I think I personally first saw this in terms of timeline, probably with BTS. And that has to do with like fan bases exploding into like a very global sphere. So it's a smart business decision, and also I think it's a smart as an artist decision to reflect the fan base within the work that you're creating. This definitely feels like of an era, although like for the time it was probably a little bit advanced. So from what I'm understanding in this, like 127 is probably like rap line from NCT. It definitely has like a very unique character to it.
Fire truck. Fire truck.
This fashion is geeking me out. The freaking collar and the gold pants.
Fire truck.
That's an interesting voice to pair with all the rest of these.
Sabancha. 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 Sabancha.
Wow.
Sabancha.
Oh, cute. Now she's an old lady and they came back to fuck with her again. Oh. Okay, so the vibe that I'm getting from this is that she gets herself into... Not gets herself into... Well, wow. Anyway. Sticky situations. That's a great way to put it. Thanks, NCT Wish. Sticky situations, and then they come and sort of like blast her out of it with their water cannons. And now they're gonna like look out for her kid, her grandkid. Yeah, her grandkid. That was an old lady. Yeah, this is cute. This is cute. 10 years. 10 years. This makes me feel like I still haven't checked out Mamamoo because the timing just didn't work out for their recent the comeback that they had at the beginning of the summer. And I'm kicking myself over that. And maybe I will try and rectify that in some way. But like for groups that have like this crazy history, it is really fascinating to see like a whole different era of them, like a whole different person, like literally a whole different person, because, you know, of the like 7-year, all the cells turnover. So like these are literally different bodies than they inhabit now. It's really fascinating to see how much artists can grow and change. If they are extremely young here, then I can see them inhabiting the same work 10 years after the fact. But I'm curious, were there substitutions? Obviously, some people have dropped out either for this specific current project or along the way. SM do be having trouble keeping talent, actually. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so funny. The dancing in this was very cool. It's very of a different era, and actually I am very grateful for the advancements in K-pop choreography that we have seen over the years. Also just like this fashion, holy moly. 10 years. You know, as it's going along, you're like, oh, whatever. Everything's the same. Nothing's really that different. And then you look back at something like this and you're just like, huh. Okay, I guess similarly to when I checked out NCT Wish, I am intrigued. This is a very interesting project. I kind of like the two of these as a pairing, especially because there's so much distance in between them. So, I would like to see more from NCT 127, especially. Okay, maybe I'll wait for like the next subgroup to come out before I like actually check out the full group. But there is a piece of me that wonders, like, if they're separating these off, if they're cleaving these members out, then what does the like full project look like when it's composed of like all of the different moving parts? That is something that's interesting that you can do with larger groups, but like arguably I really also like when you have like a mid-sized group and then they like slice it into smaller groups as well. Tiara did that back in the day several times and I thought it was really, really fascinating. It is kind of cool to in a larger group to like have a platform for your individual talents to shine, and I feel like 127 is very, very intentional in terms of like who was placed in this group so that their specific talents would be able to like properly shine. Wow, this is so interesting to consider. There's so many different elements of this to consider, like from the fashion and the like retro throwback production sound of Blingy to the like sheer amount of time that passes, and also the way that you can sort of examine different trends in K-pop by looking at these two as like standalone pieces of the zeitgeist that they're a part of. Ha. Yeah, my brain just got going on all of these different philosophical bents, but I'm going to leave that here for now. Of course, you can find this one in my NCT playlist, which I will link here, and then also in the video description down below, you'll find my NCT Wish reaction there as well, which I believe is Surf. Like I said earlier in this video, unfortunately, Sticky did get blocked, but you can check that out on my Patreon if you're interested. And if not, that's it for me today. Hopefully I see you in the next NCT one, and if not, I will see you somewhere else. Bye!